This satellite courthouse will close in less than 2 months. I'm Robert Carter, and this is NJNtv from the Jefferson County Satellite Courthouse in Gardendale, which is now slated to close on August 15th, along with 3 other satellite courthouses elsewhere in the county. The closure is one of a number of drastic measures taken by the County Commission on Tuesday morning. Those cutbacks were brought on by the county's lack of access to occupational tax funds that are being held in escrow because of a lawsuit challenging the tax's legality. The satellite closing means you'll have to go downtown for license renewal and car tags, permits, and many other services. But that wasn't even the most severe cut the Commission made. Nearly all county employees are being cut back to a 32-hour work week, which cuts their pay by 20%. The Commission also closed the Office of Senior Citizen Services, which means that more than 200 local senior citizens will not receive meal service in Gardendale, Kimberly, Morris, and several other North Jefferson County locations. The Commission still hopes that the Alabama Supreme Court will reverse a lower court ruling that prohibited them from accessing the funds in escrow. This story continues to develop, and we'll have more about it in Saturday's edition of the North Jefferson News. In other news, one local soldier is back from Afghanistan while another is leaving for Iraq. Major Jim McCool arrived back home in Morris on Thursday night after a tour in Afghanistan. He's with the Alabama National Guard Joint Force Headquarters in Montgomery. He'll have a 30-day leave before he returns to work in the capital city. Meanwhile, Gardendale's Brandon McRae ships off for the city of Basra in Iraq today. The father of 4 drives a truck for the Gardendale Public Works Department, but he'll serve as a military policeman as part of the 203rd MP Battalion in out of Athens. His unit leaves for the Middle East on Sunday. Gardendale's oldest supermarket has a new name and a new marketing plan. Western Supermarket on Main Street became Food Depot last week. It's still owned by Western, but the new concept is to mark virtually all items at cost, then add a 10% surcharge at the checkout to cover the store's overhead. Western President and CEO Darwin Metcalf calls the concept, quote, extreme pricing, and hopes it will keep his store competitive with big box grocers such as Walmart. Sports and weather in just a moment, but first a look at the NJN Community Calendar. In sports, a very slow week locally. High schools are finishing off their allotment of so-called play days during the summer, while youth baseball heads into the playoffs. In Dizzy Dean baseball, the 12-year-old teams from Gardendale, Corner, and Fultondale all advance into regional play in Pinson this weekend. The 18th annual Fultondale Stampede 5K run goes off this Saturday. The starting gun fires at 8 a.m. at Walker's Chapel Baptist Church. Registration is still available at Hibbett Sporting Goods in Gardendale and Fultondale. Last year's race had 230 runners and raised more than $3,000 for the Fultondale Fire Department. In football, the Alabama Warriors have a week off. They'll play the Gulf Coast Pirates out of Biloxi, Mississippi next Saturday night at Warrior Stadium. In weather, we are well into the hot and humid days of summer, as you can probably tell just by looking at me. The NJN 4-day forecast shows highs in the mid-90s Friday and Saturday, cooling off ever so slightly Sunday and Monday with a very slight chance of isolated showers each day. Nighttime lows in the lower 70s. The extended forecast shows a little better chance of showers and maybe some thunder showers for the middle of next week. Coming Saturday, we'll have more on how the county budget cuts are hitting many county workers hard in the pocketbook. Plus, we'll tell you about a Gardendale man who has 6 reasons to celebrate on Father's Day. And in sports, we'll announce the NJN Spring Sports Athletes of the Year. All that and more in Saturday's edition of the North Jefferson News. And that is NJNtv for Thursday, June 18th. You can always find us online at www.njeffersonnews.com and follow us on Twitter at NorthJeffNews. From the Gardendale County Satellite Office on Main Street, I'm Robert Carter. So long.